Hello friends, myself Trishya, working as an assistant professor in SNS College of Technology. Here we are discussing about the subject Design Analysis of Algorithm DAA. The subject code is 23 CST 204. Here we are starting this subject, the introduction part. So we need to understand what is an algorithm and algorithm specification. Hope all of you have a basic knowledge about algorithm. This is the mind map of our DAA subject. The all things about the design analysis algorithm from the starting chapter to unit to fifth unit. So see, we today we are discussing the basics of or the introduction of the design analysis of algorithm. First one is, what is an algorithm? Go look into the diagram. First is there is a input and the our input and output. The middle one is algorithm, set of rules to obtain the expected output from the given input. We first of all we given input, and using this input we have some conditions or rules. That rules and condition is known as algorithm. After this algorithm we got an output. So this is the diagrammatic representation of what is an algorithm. So go to the theory part. What is an algorithm? Introduction to algorithm. An algorithm is a step by step procedure to solve a problem. Means we have a problem, we need to solve it. So using some rules and regulations, so that condition or that step by step procedure is known as algorithm. It takes input, process it, and produces output. Algorithm are the foundation of computer programming. So the algorithm is the basic of or the algorithm is the outline of a program. We have a program to run for run a problem, and before writing this program we have to write an algorithm, the basic what are the steps used in for you, what are the steps or what are the step by step procedure to solve that problem, used in everyday computing task like searching, sorting, and calculation. This is the basics of algorithm. The algorithm is a step by step procedure to solve a problem. uh, the definition of algorithm. The definition of algorithm: an algorithm is a finite set of well-defined instruction. The instruction means the step-by-step procedure. What is the next step? What is the now? What can we do now? What can we after completing this step? What is the next step? That is the finite step of well-defined instruction. That is the definition of algorithm. Then that instruction used to solve a specific problem. Then some key points are: it must be clear and unambiguous, and should it terminate after a finite number of steps, applicable to all valid inputs. This is the key points of algorithm. Mainly must be clear and unambiguous. The algorithm should be in clear format for completing or for writing a program. Then should terminate after a finite number of steps. We have a starting and a ending. The termination is important. After a number of steps it should be end and applicable to all valid inputs. Then ideate. So characteristics of an algorithm. The algorithm have some characteristics. The key points are, we already discussed the characteristics of algorithm: input, output, definiteness, and finiteness. Then effectiveness. Input: zero or more inputs are supplied. The output is at least one output is produced. After completing the processing of inputs, we got an output, that is a single output. And at least output is once output is produced, it may or may not be more than one. Then finiteness is, algorithm must end after finite steps. Then effectiveness is, steps should be simple and executable. Then next is, what is algorithm specification? Algorithm specification describes how an algorithm is represented. It explains the logic and steps clearly, helps in understanding, designing, and implementing algorithm independent of any programming language. So the algorithm is write in our own way. Then using that algorithm, we have to write different programming language using this algorithm, like Python, Java, C++. We have only a unique or a single algorithm for all writing the program for different programming languages. Next is advantage of algorithm. Algorithm specification improves problem understanding, makes coding easier and faster, helps in debugging, language independent, useful for documentation and teaching. Hope all of you understand about the basics of algorithm. What is algorithm? The specific algorithm specification and advantages, then the representation of algorithm. Thank you.